sophomore season started really in the banquet last year when you got Jerry Levias as number 23. How surprised were you by that, and what was your reaction when you got that?
I was not expecting it at all, and it caught me completely off guard. Nobody gave me any hints or anything like that, so really, it was a big surprise. And I had to do a speech also, and I could barely get a speech out because I was kind of in disbelief. So, but it's a big accomplishment, and I really do appreciate it. I'm glad to know that they see I'm capable of filling in Jerry Levias' shoes. So I see that as a big accomplishment.
Have you ever talked to Chris Banjo about what it means to wear that number, or what does it mean to you to wear that number?
Oh, well. I mean, yeah, I do talk to him every now and then sometimes about how I felt to be number 23, and he says pretty much they see me as a leader. Well, more as a person that leads by example, and I'm glad to be that person that can set the standards in the classroom and on the football field, and I would like to live up to the expectations. I know it's a lot of hard work, but I feel I'm capable of doing just that.
If you think back to a year ago at this time, we did an interview with you and you described yourself as being totally lost. You're moving from defensive line to linebacker, from high school to college. Is it possible to put into words how much more comfortable you are now than you were a year ago?
This time last year, I was completely lost and everything. But now, since I have a year under my belt with school and on the field, so I feel things will flow a little bit easier. I wouldn't say it's easy, but I feel it's not as difficult as it was last year. So I feel this year might go a little smoother, but I got to wait and see. I don't want to get ahead of myself.
What was the bigger adjustment for you, going from high school to college defenses, or the bigger, faster players, or what was the toughest challenge for you to overcome?
It was the speed of the game. Faster players, you got to learn the plays faster, and everything's just done at a faster pace, I mean. And you just can't get behind. You have to keep up in any way you can.
When you got into the starting lineup midway through the season last year, the improvement was sort of visible almost every week. But Coach Mason talked about how sort of the light came on at some point for you in practice, which obviously got you in the lineup. What was that adjustment? How did the light come on, or what clicked for you that suddenly made you earned you a spot in the lineup?
Well, to be honest, I really just took it one step at a time. Coach Mason always tells us to get better at one thing every day, so I'm more of a person that likes to progress as I go. And really, Coach Mason was the one that's seen it in me. He felt like I was ready to start, and so I trust Coach Mason. And if he thought I was ready, then I guess I was ready. So really, it was just a gradual progression, and then when the time came, then I stepped up.
You're playing with three other linebackers who are seniors in J.G., Taylor Reed, Cameron Rogers. Who have you learned the most from, or who sort of takes you under his wing and teaches you?
Well, all of them in their own way have taught me a lot of things, but I feel the person I was most acclimated with was J.G., especially since he was an outside linebacker. He always referred to me as his son, so that's good that we can be comfortable around each other, and he really helped me a lot along my path. A great deal of appreciation goes out to him.
All right, when you look at you and Jared, you're both fast, you both like to get after the quarterback. What's the biggest difference between your style and his, or the strengths of your game and his?
To be honest, I really can't pinpoint the difference in our strengths. I just feel, he's on one side of the ball and I'm on the other, and we'll just work together as a defense and keep that chemistry flowing.
You open up in a little over a week with Baylor, and Baylor got as much attention as they ever have last year with Robert Griffin winning the Heisman and everything. He's gone, their top receiver's gone, their top running back is gone. How hard is it to prepare for a team when you're not as familiar with all the guys they have coming back like that?
Well, I don't really want to separate that team from anybody else we played. It's just another team on our schedule, so we're just gonna adjust to what they have, and we'll just play our game, play our defense, and we'll see what happens.
Their new quarterback, Nick Florence, has been there for a couple of years, taking over for Griffin. How much have you seen of him, and can you give a little scouting report of what he does well?
We've seen a little bit of him, but Yeah, we say this all the time in our meetings room. We really want to see what the backup quarterback is like. So we'll wait till game time and see how that plays out.